A reading from the book of the prophet Jeremiah, chapter 39. In the 9th year of Zedekiah, king of Judah, in the 10th month, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, advanced on Jerusalem with his entire army, and they laid siege to it. In the 11th year of Zedekiah, in the 4th month, a breach was made in the city wall. The king of Babylon's officials, all having made their entry, took their seats in the middle gate. Nergal-Sharezer, Samgar-Nebo, Sarsekim, a high dignitary of state, Nergal-Sharezer, the chief astrologer, and all the king of Babylon's other officials. On seeing them, Zedekiah, king of Judah, and all the fighting men fled, leaving the city under cover of dark by way of the king's garden through the gate between the two walls, and made for the Arabah. But the Chaldean troops pursued them and caught up with Zedekiah in the plains of Jericho. They captured him and took him to Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, at Riblah in the territory of Hamath, where he passed sentence on him. The king of Babylon had Zedekiah's sons slaughtered before his eyes at Riblah. The king of Babylon also had all the leading men of Judah put to death. He then put out Zedekiah's eyes and, binding him with fetters, carried him off to Babylon. The Chaldeans burnt down the royal palace and the private houses and demolished the walls of Jerusalem. Nebuzaradan, commander of the guard, deported the remainder of the population left behind in the city, the deserters who had gone over to him, and the rest of the people to Babylon. But Nebuzaradan, commander of the guard, left some of the poor people behind in the land of Judah, those who had nothing, and at that time gave them vineyards and fields. With regard to Jeremiah, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, gave an order to Nebuzaradan, commander of the guard, saying, "Take him, look after him, do him no harm, but treat him as he may ask you." He entrusted this mission to Nebuzaradan, commander of the guard. Nebuchadnezzar, the high dignitary of state, Nergal-Sharezer, the chief astrologer, and all the king of Babylon's other officials. These dispatched men to take Jeremiah from the court of the guard and entrusted him to Gedaliah, son of Ahikam, son of Shaphan, to be taken home. So he remained among the people. The word of the Lord for Ebed-Melech. While Jeremiah was confined in the court of the guard, the word of the Lord had come to him, saying, "Go and say to Ebed-Melech the Ethiopian, thus the Lord God of Israel says this, Look, I am about to fulfill my words about this city for its ruin and not for its prosperity. That day they will be fulfilled before your eyes. But on that day I shall rescue you, declares the Lord, and you will not be handed over to the hands of the men you fear. I shall securely rescue you. You will not fall to the sword. You will keep your life as the spoils of conflict because you have put your trust in me, declares the Lord." The word of the Lord. A reading from the book of the prophet Jeremiah, chapter 40. Further treatment of Jeremiah. The word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord after Nebuzaradan, commander of the guard, had released him from Ramah, where he had found him in fetters, with all the other captives from Jerusalem and Judah who were being deported to Babylon. The commander of the guard took Jeremiah and said to him, "The Lord your God foretold calamity for this country, and now he has brought it. He has done what he threatened to do because you had sinned against the Lord and would not listen to his voice. So all this has happened to you. Look, today I am setting you free of the bonds on your hands. If you want to come with me to Babylon, come. I shall look after you. If you do not want to come with me to Babylon, do not. Look, you have the whole land before you. Go wherever you think it best and most suitable to go. If you remain, go back to Gedaliah, son of Ahikam, son of Shaphan, whom the king of Babylon has appointed governor of the towns of Judah, and stay with him among the people, or go anywhere else you think suitable." With that, the commander of the guard gave him provisions and a present and dismissed him. Jeremiah went to Mizpah, to Gedaliah, son of Ahikam, and stayed with him among those people still left in the land. Gedaliah, the governor. When all the military leaders who were in the open country with their troops heard that the king of Babylon had appointed Gedaliah, son of Ahikam, as governor of the land, making him responsible for the men, women, and children, and those of the poor country people who had not been deported to Babylon, they came to Gedaliah at Mizpah. Ishmael, son of Nethaniah, Johanan and Jonathan, sons of Kareah, Seraiah, son of Tanhumeth, the sons of Ephi, the Netophathite, Jezaniah, son of the Maakathite, they and their troops. To them and to their men, Gedaliah, son of Ahikam, son of Shaphan, swore an oath, saying, "Do not be afraid of serving the Chaldeans. Stay in the land, serve the king of Babylon, and all will go well with you. I, for my part, as the man answerable to the Chaldeans when they come to us, shall stay here at Mizpah, whereas you can harvest the wine, summer fruit, and oil. Fill your storage jars and settle in the towns which you have taken over." Similarly, when all the Judeans living in Moab with the Ammonites, in Edom and elsewhere, heard that the king of Babylon had left a remnant in Judah and had appointed Gedaliah, son of Ahikam, son of Shaphan, as their governor, the Judeans all came back from wherever they had been dispersed on their return to the land of Judah. To Gedaliah at Mizpah they harvested an immense quantity of wine and summer fruit. Now Johanan, son of Kareah, and all the military leaders in the open country came to Gedaliah at Mizpah and said to him, "Are you fully aware that Baalis, king of the Ammonites, has sent Ishmael, son of Nethaniah, to assassinate you?" But Gedaliah, son of Ahikam, would not believe them. Johanan, son of Kareah, then spoke in secret to Gedaliah at Mizpah as follows: "Please let me go and kill Ishmael, son of Nethaniah, without anyone knowing. Why should he assassinate you and cause the dispersal of all the Judeans who have rallied round you? Why should the remnant of Judah perish?" But Gedaliah, son of Ahikam, replied to Johanan, son of Kareah, "You will do no such thing, for what you say about Ishmael is false. The word of the Lord